your setbacks that you experienced yesterday to hold you back from the capacity you have today. Before being able to study at the Royal College of Art in London, when I was younger, I used to always get in trouble for talking too much. During parent conference meetings, teachers would always say, she has so much potential, but she just doesn't focus. Or there was always a mention of not hanging around the right crowd, cracking too many jokes. When I first started undergrad, I didn't flunk, but my grades were definitely not up to par. I'd be on academic probation, and honestly, I didn't have a plan set in stone so that I could succeed. I didn't really have a strong vision. Kind of thought that the answers would just be handed to me. It wasn't until I had to actually go to a junior college that everything started to fall into place for me. I realized that the ball was in my court, and anything that I wanted to do, I had to make happen. Being in London, earning my graduate degree, has taught me that I can do anything. When I ran track and field, and I'm not even an athlete, I could do anything. And I think a lot of times people are coming onto the timeline and associating with different people looking for a shortcut, but there really is no shortcut. You don't know how many times you have to fail in order for you to succeed. And honestly, failure has to become your best friend. Like, y'all need to be tight like this. There has to be a removal of the fear of being perceived. It can get real nasty. It can get real muddy real quick when you're on your journey to becoming who it is you desire to become. The vision that you have for yourself, only you can attain that. And so when you're looking for outside answers that don't necessarily align with you, you're going to trip up and fall. And that's just the nature of figuring out what works best for you. And I think a lot of times people are running away from that. And I found that for myself, the more I ran away from answers, the further away I got from myself. And really, I just needed to learn how to lean into everything that I wanted to do. And these things can be very, daunting, but you really have to turn around and look fear in its face. Learning is understanding that you're putting yourself in a position of not knowing. To come to terms and surrender to not knowing is so imperative to advance forward. If every time you enter into something thinking you have all the answers already, what is there to learn if you're already at the top? No matter how dope I know I am, no matter how cool I know I am, when I walk into a room or when I'm surrounding myself with new people, I never miss that opportunity to heed to new information. I never assume that I know more. My mindset is to always be curious, to have a curious mindset. And I truly believe that this has allowed me to advance. I'm always just diving in. Some people on the outside looking in could see this as being reckless, but who do you know got to the top without being reckless? Like, you can be intentional, you can be as mindful as possible. You're always going to have some type of hiccup. And anything that happens along the way is preparing you to have stronger problem-solving skill sets. How many problems can you actually solve? And how much patience are you willing to practice in the event that you don't have the skills to problem solve? I mean, honestly, that in itself is solving a problem. Understanding that you need to learn something new or strengthen a skill that you have that's down here and you need to be up here in order to get to that next level.